Hey guys, welcome back. I'm super excited to get started on this spooky candle tray. I think you're gonna love it. It's very affordable, easy to do. You can do it, your kids can do it, and it doesn't require a whole lot of supplies. So speaking of supplies, let's talk about that. You're gonna need a base. This is just a black plastic one. I think it came maybe from Walmart or the dollar store last year. I'm not sure, but it's just a plastic base. I decided I'm gonna use that. It is black, which is convenient, but I am still gonna spray paint it. I was also thinking of different supplies you can use, and the dollar store sells those circle pizza pens. That would be awesome because you could just spray paint it. It's a great base. It's solid. It works wonderful. Whatever you have on hand, go to Goodwill, get like a tray. If you don't want circle, you can get those square ones or oblong, whatever works for you. So a base, right? You are going to need a can of spray paint. I don't, of course, have it in front of me as soon as I start to record. I think it's in the other room, but you're going to need spray paint. I'm going to do mine black. Of course, you could do whatever color you want, but black just happens to work, so then we can distress it. And then I'm going to use some silver paint later on, so whatever color, and that's just to kind of give it some dimension. So we know we need a base, our spray paint, maybe some silver or gold to just distress it, and that's just regular acrylic paint. You're going to need some glue guns because we're going to make some like drippings on our candles. You are going to need a pool noodle, those foam pool noodles that are hanging around the dollar store every time you walk in. There's a million of them. They're at Walmart, they're at Five Below, they're at the Dollar General, they're everywhere. It's summertime, so these things are everywhere. I just have one. I have two, but I'm anticipating just needing one. Of course, it's going to depend on how many candlesticks you want. So as you can tell, and how high, right? It just depends on how much you're going to be using. You're also going to want some accessories to put on your candlesticks. So, may or may not want them. You could put bats, you could put skulls, you can put anything. And maybe some cobwebs, like pick up a pack of cobweb if you can. If not, just use cotton balls. You can pull them apart and make them look like cobwebs. Kind of like that creepy, what do they call those, haunted houses, like that. So cobwebs. And then you're going to need some tea lights. I'm going to use LED ones. This one is a real one. It's just so I can, oh my gosh, it's just so I can use it for the diameter when I trace it. So I have my marker, and that's just when we trace on the candlesticks at the top, because we have to have a place for these to go in. So I'm going to use LED ones, but this is just for the diameter. And that should be all the supplies. Let's get started. lights are there from this angle. As you can see, we have them here on the plate. And I'm just playing around with the positioning, but you can see how the different heights are there. And that all of them have that little slant to it. It's kind of hard to tell on camera just because that green is kind of strange to the eyes, but that is the positioning. So now we're going to go ahead and start gluing these down. Alright guys, so now that we have our positioning, I think this is probably the hardest part. Not that it's hard, but you know. What I did was I just took my votive, I put it on the top, I traced it, and then I cut a hole. And then it just kind of popped down in there. Like that. I know it's hard to see with this light, but so it's gonna look like that initially. You're kind of gonna figure out where it is, and then again I just took the hole. There's probably an easier way to do this, but I don't know if you're like me, but I sometimes take the harder route. And I'm just cutting in a circle, just kind of down in there, and then I'm gonna kind of twist my knife and pull the excess out. Then it's kind of like that. Let's see. All right, there you are. I know that lighting's awful. See, perfect. And then you're just gonna go around and do that to all the candles. You could do it before you glue it down. I think it's just gonna probably be easier. So I had forgot to mention that before, but we do need to cut those tops. So go ahead and do that, and then I will meet you back. So in order to keep this in place on our tray, I just positioned out our little pool noodles. I put them down where I wanted them, obviously, and then I just took a zip tie and put it around it. I put two long ones together, so that way it's in one piece, so then when we glue them, it's just a little bit easier. It stays together and tight. So that's what these are, obviously, and you could see it's one zip tie, two zip ties tied together. So then we're gonna get this ready to glue down. You're gonna want your hot glue gun, right? And you want it on a low setting, because if it's on high, it's gonna make the foam melt, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get our glue gun on low setting, make sure these are positioned where we want them, and then start putting our glue. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take our little bundle here, and I'm gonna start, before I hot glue them to the bottom, I'm gonna start hot gluing them to themselves. So I'm just gonna put some on here and kind of hold it a little, and then I'm just gonna start dripping them. Hold them in place. And we're just going to go around and do that to all of them. Alright guys, so I went ahead, as you can tell, I wanted you to see in between the crevices at the top, all these where they meet, I put glue in between everything. And don't worry about the look of it, because we're obviously going to spray paint it, but also all those kind of like irregularities, it just adds to the character. So don't get too worried about having to be particular. So you can see like everything I glued, because you want it to be tight to each other, right? So I want, because I'm gonna spray paint the whole thing, the tray and this bundle, I want to make sure it's secure first. I think it'll be a little bit easier, so I'm kind of gonna pull this a little tighter so that they stay in place. And then I'm gonna figure out where I want them, which is just about there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and secure these with the hot glue the same way, okay? So I'm just gonna essentially flip it upside down. And again, this is on low heat, because if you have it on high, it's just gonna eat through, unfortunately, the plastic. And we're just gonna start putting this hot glue in. As you know, hot glue, you have to work kind of quick, because it dries super quick, and it'll already be dry by the time you get to the the other side of the pool noodles. So and then I think I'm gonna use some Gorilla Glue as well. Should have had this already ready, but some Gorilla Glue, go around. So the hot glue is going to work for the temporary hold, and the Gorilla will work for permanent. Okay. So then flip it over. Right about there. And you just want to hold it down. And just push. Because it's plastic, that hot glue, it's going to have a difficult time sticking. Just, I've noticed when you hot glue plastic to plastic, it doesn't work well because it hardens and it pops off. So that Gorilla Glue should work to secure that. And then we're just going to hold it. I'll probably hold this here maybe 2 minutes or so, and then I'm going to go ahead and hot glue. Alright guys, so I went ahead and already started this, but as you can see, I'm just going in all along the base, adding more hot glue just to give it extra security. And that's all around the front and the back. Just like that at the bottom. And as you heard, I was saying that we're going to make some drippings on the candles. That is so that when we spray paint this black, it's gonna look like the candle is melting, right? So you can do that with hot glue. Of course, again, you're gonna use your low temp glue settings. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take one of the candles, and you're literally just gonna kind of go up and down, just as though it were melting, right? So that when this dries, and it will, it's going to have that, oh my gosh, my glue gun, that dripping effect. So you're just going to go up and down, and there's no perfect way to do it, just whatever you want to do. You'll see I'm kind of just going to create some character here, and you don't have to do it on everyone if you don't want, but I just want mine to kind of go all the way around. You could kind of just put it there and let it drip. It looks more natural when it does that, because obviously like a regular candle, nothing's perfect. Isn't that neat? So that's how it should look. I know the lighting's kind of hard, but it goes all the way around. Just like that. And then when we spray paint it, that's already going to be dried, so it's kind of going to be like 3D. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to all of them, and then we'll come back to spray paint. Alright guys, check this out. I wanted you to see up close kind of what I did here. I just went all the way around, and I'm not gonna lie, it took some time. I talked to my sister for a bit on the phone, and I switched out the glue at least, I think I went through 4 glue sticks, but it came out awesome. So that is generally what it should look like. And again, this is just the the glue stick so that it kind of creates that 3D look, so that when we go ahead and spray paint it, it's really gonna pop. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit probably 15 minutes before I spray paint, just to make sure everything is kind of dry. And then we're gonna go ahead and spray paint this black. Oh my gosh, look how gorgeous. It came out so good. It's basically dry. It's only been maybe an hour or so, but it dried, and look at the detail. Looks so good. All those drippings came out amazing. So what I went ahead and did was take some of these skulls. They came in like maybe a 6 or an 8 count from the Dollar Tree last year. And I went ahead and took these. These are also from the dollar store, the spiders. And I went ahead and just glued those on. I used a toothpick and pushed it through the bottom and then just put it into the foam. I thought it would help stay better. And then these are little ornaments. They also come in that pack around the holiday time in the Crafter Square. 16 piece, different colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue those to the bottom. I just thought it kind of gave a nice contrast, makes it pop a little. And then of course we have to add the LED lights. I was gonna add some cobweb. I thought that would look cool. I don't have black. I put the white on and I wasn't really a fan of it, so I think I'm gonna skip the cobweb, but you could add that. And of course whatever little creepy crawlers you want to add. I have this big large spider from the Dollar Tree last year. I was thinking of like kind of tacking it on, but I don't know. We'll play around with it. But we're going to go ahead and glue these to the bottom, and then I'll show you the final look. Good morning, good morning. Okay, hello. Here we have our candle spooky tray. And I wanted to show you, because I already started to add some dimension here. Just a little. I'm not coloring the whole thing, but I thought I had silver. Metallic silver would have been my go-to, what I would have used, but I don't have that. I only have gold, and I wanted to use silver. So all I did was mix a little light gray and white acrylic and just dabbed, sorry, I'm not even showing you, dabbed my brush out to get rid of that so that it's very dry. And then I'm just going in and lightly over some of the drippings. I'm just slightly, as you can see, I'm not painting it, I'm just dabbing it, just a little, just to hit it with a little dimension, just like that. So I'm going to do that on all of them. We'll add the candles, and that'll be it. Okay guys, so I just wanted to show you, these are the photos from the dollar store. They come in a 2-pack. As you can see, it's kind of that, hopefully you can see that orangey warm light, which I really like on there. And then I wanted to show you, they also sell this 2-pack. This is new, I haven't seen this 2-pack, this luminescence. It's like an emergency candle. They come in this 2-pack. I already put the batteries in them, so my intent is to put them in here, but they are kind of that bright, I know it's hard to tell, but the LED light. So I wasn't thinking that I really wanted more of the warm light like these, so I didn't buy enough of this. I got more of these, so I might just mix it up, but I just wanted you to see, you just pop them in there they set down. I'm not going to push them in too much because they have to turn on. You could also on Amazon kind of get the ones on timers. That I might actually do, but because this is just kind of for our house and I'm not going to have them on all the time, I'm not going to invest in like spending a ton on the candles. I could just turn them on, you know, if we have company over or whatnot during the Halloween season. But that's probably what I'll do. I'll just buy the votives with the timers on it. That way you don't have to worry about taking them out and turning them on and turning them off. So anyways, let's get this all together, and then at the end I will show you the final look. But it's so cute, I just love it. Thank you so much for checking out this awesome DIY. I hope that you'll go ahead and try it yourself. If you do, make sure you tag me on the OK Creative Kind on Instagram. Feel free to like and comment this, share it, and let's connect here on YouTube. Let's see what you're making this season for Halloween. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.